48. Okay, these are all set. Really, the only issues start to come with 50. Okay, so the first three on the back are kind of nice and easy, and then these guys we got to do some manipulation. Okay, so you got to watch out for these guys. Now already, I'm looking out for that negative sign over right there. He's an issue because I'm going to have to divide by -2 eventually. When I divide by -2, this will no longer be a less than, it will become a greater than. So, whenever you do linear inequalities, if you see a negative sign in front of your y, you know that you're going to have to change direction. Okay, you have to every time. So watch out for that. That is probably going to be the biggest thing that's historically what it's always been. But anyways, before we get to 50, let's go with this guy. We're going to go to -3, and then we're going to go down 1 over 2. So down 1 over 2. Why is it down? Because it's negative. If it was positive, I would have gone up. So, down 1 over 2. And when I say over, I'm always going to the right. This guy's dotted line because he does not have a bar. And so I will just do this. Okay, now I know your quiz was multiple choice, but your test will not be multiple choice for these. So, heads up, if you're watching this video and you're listening carefully, that's good. Because you are not going to have multiple choice for that, so make sure that you're strong with these. They're not hard, because you know graphing lines is something you've done a lot. Okay, so this guy is the first one. I like to label these sometimes, just so that you know which one is which, because we're about to shade above. Oh, actually they're both above. So let's shade above this one. Okay, that's even good enough for me. And then above this one. But notice though, that the above on number 2, he's on the left side, okay, because the angle of this guy means that if I'm on top of this line, I would have to be over here, okay, and you can see where the overlap is. It's all this area right here. I'm going to darken that, okay. Now if these were equal signs, that point right there would have been the solution, but because they are inequalities, all of this is true, okay. Every single point in here satisfies both of these conditions. Okay. Next one, same process. We start at -2, and then we say that we got a slope of -1 to the right 3. I've got room, so I will go to the right. I'm going to go ahead and draw my dotted line. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's shade below, because it does say shade below. I don't have to worry about any sign changing there. Okay, and now I can go to the second one. The second one starts at 1, and then it goes up 2 over 3. Okay, again, another dotted line. This guy is shading below, so that is all of this. Alright, so this is all of the solution. Okay. All that region right here, we're below both of them, and so this is the region where both of them are below. Alright, 50 is where things get a little messy now, so I'm going to label those guys so that you know what equation I'm working with. Alright, now he is not in slope-intercept form, so I have to put him there, so let's put that 3x over to the other side, thereby making him negative. I'm not combining him with 2 though, because 2 doesn't have an x. Those are unlike terms. I'm going to divide by -2. Okay, now when I do that though, y becomes y, cool. Okay, the -2's cancel out, but then this changes direction. Okay, because we're doing a 180 when you divide by a negative number. These guys ultimately become positive, and yes, it's a fraction. Don't care. I had fractions all over the place. No big deal. Okay, fraction for slope is good when you're graphing them, but +2 divided by -1 is actually -1. So let's go to -1. We will go up 3 over 2. We will do a solid bar. Okay, and then because we flipped sign, flip the sign, we're shading above. So we are all over here. Okay. All right, number 2. Second equation. All right, let's get that x over to the other side again. When we do, though, he does become negative. Okay, and he's just going to squeeze in there. We'll put him right here. Don't put him on the other side of 6 because then it doesn't look like y equals mx plus b. Okay, when you graph, y equals mx plus b is your guy. You always want to do that. We're going to divide everything by 2. Okay, oops, sorry. In my brain I said 3. When I divide negative 1 by 2, I get negative 1/2, and then this is 6 divided by 2. That's going to be 3. So let's go to positive 3. Okay, I'm not even going to write that out. I can just scribble it out and just write a 3 if I wanted to. It doesn't matter, because my goal is to graph it. And then I'm going to go down 1 over 2. All right, so it does look like it hits the other line, and this is also solid. Okay, and this is less than, so we are shading below. Okay, now wherever they both intersect, that is our solution. Okay? All right, 2 more to go. Haunted Appalachia. Okay, I see a negative y there. That's all right, I see negative y. We're going to change the direction. 1, 2. All right, so equation 1, x minus y is less than negative 1. Let's get that x over to... I know it looks simple, and it looks like you should be able to start graphing, but you cannot. You've got a lot going on here. Okay, so I move the x over there. It becomes negative, but I still have a negative y, so I have to divide everything by negative 1. And when I divide by negative, I've got to switch the sign of the inequality. That x becomes positive, and that negative 1 becomes positive as well. So this and this are the same thing. Okay, they're absolutely equivalent. Okay, so let's go to positive 1, and then the slope is 1. Bada bing. Okay, these are all. I'm just going to go and freestyle here. All right, and okay, so what I did is it should be dotted line. So if you accidentally draw, you don't have to erase it. Just put the dotted line on top of it, and then I know exactly what you're getting at. Okay. All right, and then we're going to shade above. Okay. Now we got x plus y is going to be less than 3. So let's move that x over to the other side, and when I do, that's it. Okay, I'm not dividing by anything because y is by itself, and now he's just like problems 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's go to positive 3, but then this slope says I go down 1 over 1 because he's negative. Okay, and then this guy is a dotted line, so I'm going to remember to do dotted. Okay, this guy does say below, so it's this region right here. All right. Now you can pick a, you could even pick a point, 5, negative 5. When 5 is here, negative 5, that's 0. Is 0 less than 3? That's true. Okay, you can always test it. Okay, now I don't see any negative y's here, so this is actually going to be pretty simple here. I don't have to switch the sign. By sign, I mean switch the direction of the inequality. So y, we're just going to move that 2x over to the other side, and when he does that, he will become negative. So 2x minus 1, negative 1, and then I go down 2 over 1. It is a bar, so I will make it solid. This guy says shade above him, so this is the top of the stairs. Okay, so remember, what you don't want to do, though, is when you say shade above, when you see greater than, you're not thinking left or right. You're thinking above or below, and you've got to treat it like a staircase. Okay, you have to. Maybe it comes naturally to you. That's fine. Some people it doesn't, though, and they have a hard time distinguishing between what is above or below when they look at this line. So just think of it as a staircase. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. What do you want me to What do you want me to say? I'm going to move the x over to the other side. It becomes negative. Now I'm going to divide by 2. It's going to be a positive 2, so I'm not switching the orientation of this line. So positive 2, and then 4 divided by 2 is just 2. So I go to positive 2. Then this guy says negative 1 over 2. Negative 1 over 2. Okay, so this guy looks like these guys are parallel. It's dotted though. Is that right? Oh wait, I screwed up. No, I totally screwed up. My bad. I'm glad I caught that. It goes down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Oof, that would have been. I was going to say, this should not be parallel. Alright, dotted here. Alright, and then it's going to be greater than. So even though this is a little messy, you can see that it is all of this. Okay. Alright, that is greater than. That's it. That's going to be about half this size. It's going to be tomorrow. You'll be fine. Get your note card together. Ask any questions if you need to during the class time, and good luck.